Okay, so we're going to start covering 4th grade TEKS for the next 2 weeks. Today is a lot of notes, so pause the video to write your notes, take your break, whatever you need to do. But I need you to get all these notes written in because this is 4th grade TEKS that you should have learned last year, but you didn't because you were out with quarantine. So we're trying to fill in holes from last year, okay? So you might have hit on some of it during your warm-ups and stuff, but it's not something that you learned outright. So, all right, first thing we're going to talk about. A blank is an exact location in space. Okay, well, we're talking about lines, rays, and angles. So a point is an exact location in space. So a point is just that. It's a dot. So on an angle or a ray, it would look like this. Okay, there's your point. Okay. Next, a blank is a straight path of points that continues without end in both directions. So that would be a line. Okay, a line has 2 endpoints and continues on in both directions. So it has an arrow at both ends and 2 endpoints. We're going to name this one A. Okay, so this would be a line. So if you're looking at a picture and you see a straight line with 2 arrows on each end, that is called a line. Okay, but then we look down here and it says a blank is a part of a line segment or a line between 2 endpoints. This is a line segment. Okay, a line segment is stopped by the 2 endpoints. Okay, no arrows. It stops at the endpoints. And the last one on this page is a ray. A ray is a part of a line that has 1 endpoint and then continues without end in one direction. So that means one end has an endpoint and the other one goes on forever. So F, and then we'd have a point here, G, and it's going to go on forever. Okay, an angle is formed by 2 rays or line segments that have the same endpoint. Okay, the shared endpoint is called the vertex. All right, so here's a ray, and here's another ray. Oops, it's supposed to be a straight line. Okay, that's an angle. Okay, you could also use endpoints. So there's a line segment, and there's another line segment. So an angle is formed by either 2 rays or 2 line segments. So endpoint goes on forever, endpoint goes on forever. Those are rays. Endpoint to endpoint, endpoint to endpoint. Those are line segments. Okay, you've already had the notes on these, or you're supposed to, in your journal. We did this on Friday from that video. A right angle forms a square corner. So typically when you see a right angle, they're going to have this little corner there for you. Okay. But not always, so you just have to be mindful of it. But a right angle is 90 degrees exactly. That's all a right angle will ever be, 90 degrees. Okay, a straight angle forms a line. So there is an example of a straight angle. Okay, a straight angle is 180 degrees. Exactly. An acute angle is less than 90. So it's going to be from 1 degree to 89 degrees. And then again, endpoint, so it's a ray and a ray. Or you could have 2 line segments. Okay? All right. Next we have the obtuse angle. And that's the one you also learned about. Is greater than 90 and less than 180. So it'd be like 91 to 179. All right. Okay, so we're going to move on into the lines now. And the notes are pretty much written for it, you know. Intersecting lines are lines in a plane that cross at exactly 1 point. And it forms 4 angles. So it kind of looks like an X. So line HKM intersects with line JKL. Okay, notice I use 3 letters for an angle every time. And those are both straight angles. And then it forms angle HKJ, which is acute. It forms angle HKL, which is obtuse. It forms angle LKM, which is acute. And MKJ, which is obtuse. Okay, 4 angles. All right, perpendicular lines are lines in a plane that intersect to form 4 right angles. Okay, so intersecting is just 4 angles. Perpendicular is 4 right angles. So it would look similar to this one. Okay. Let's name this one P. So MPL is a right angle. MPN is a right angle. NPO is a right angle. OPL is a right angle. 4 right angles. Okay. Let's look at parallel lines. Parallel lines are lines in a plane that are always the same distance apart. Parallel lines never intersect, which means they will never cross. So when I think about parallel lines, I think about train tracks. Train tracks always run parallel to each other. Even if they run into another set of tracks, the original tracks never cross each other. Okay? They are always parallel. So like lines on the paper are always parallel to each other. Okay? Run side by side. All right, so let's do some practice problems. Number 1, what kind of angle is angle ABC? Okay, obtuse. All right, number 2, which angle is straight? There's several. There's 2. I just want you to name one. Okay, so angle XTY, or you could have said YTX. It doesn't matter which order. XTY or YTX. That's that one. Okay, then the other one was STW, or you could have said WTS. It doesn't matter the order as long as the T is in the center because it is the vertex. Okay. All right, number 3. What kind of line is this? It's got a point and an arrow. All right, it's a ray. An endpoint, and the other end goes on forever. All right, number 4. What kind of lines are these? Okay, so those are perpendicular. Perpendicular because it makes 4 right angles. Number 5, name 2 obtuse angles. Name 2 obtuse angles. Okay, Okay, so angle AEB, or you could have said angle BEA. Same thing. Just I wrote it in different order. The other one is angle DEC. You could have said or CED, as long as that E is the center point. Okay, it's your vertex. All right, and what kind of lines are these? Oops, intersecting. Okay, all right. Make sure that you've gotten all the notes. Anything that you missed, go back and rewatch. If you need me to reopen it, fine, but you can go back and rewatch it. Okay. I will attach the assignment in just a little bit. We're having a little trouble with stuff. Okay.